Broads Media.
It's disgusting! It's disgusting to watch this team on a night-to-night basis. Welcome on in, by the way. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. We talk about Philly sports here every day. And by the way, you could take me on the road with you. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Search Sports Talk with Broach. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm hooked up to your Bluetooth. Appreciate you guys. Hey, before we get started here, let me tell you about Chris Gates Fitness. We got a new sponsor for the show, and Chris Gates Fitness has his online fitness training camp active right now. He's an online fitness coach, a massive football fan, spent his summer as a kid going to Eagles training camp, going to the vet as well, and he's created a fitness community designed specifically for football fans just like you and me. There's seriously so much packed into his online training camp. I joined and was blown away by everything you get as a member. There's customized workout programs that will help you build muscle, burn fat, feel more athletic. There's access to Q&As with Chris. There's an exclusive community support. There's ways to win challenges where you can win free equipment, supplements, coaching calls, and so much more. And if you join, you can use promo code BROADS and get so much off your first month. It'll be cheaper than going to Starbucks. Don't miss out. Visit chrisgatesfitness.com/training camp. Click the link in the description and start your journey today. Thank you guys all so much and enjoy the show. I'm just defeated right now. I don't know if it's because the game was 4 hours long and it just kept dragging on, and those extra innings wouldn't stop. And I was desperately begging for the game to be over. With the Phillies winning the game, of course, but that's not what I got. I got Bryson Stott swinging at the first pitch, which then resulted in a flyout. Not enough damage done. Bryce Harper with the bases loaded. How come every single time he's at the plate, I see a slider that doesn't slide and it's left over the heart and he fouls it back? This team has to lead the league in just missed. Oh, he just missed that one. Oh, just missed. Austin Hayes, who had a good game, but I'm watching a slow-mo of him just missing as the ball goes back towards the backstop. All right. I mean, when they put in Clay Holmes, God, everybody and their mother can find a way to at least tie up a game when he's on the mound. He stinks. Gleyber Torres sucks too. The game would have been an hour and a half shorter if he just knew how to turn a double play. This is the same guy that says, "I'm not changing my position, assholes." That's what he tells the Yankees when he just has errors and errors and errors out the wazoo. You got a quick turnaround. 12 o'clock game tomorrow, 12:30. Whatever. Another series loss. Another series loss at home. Although it doesn't feel like it's a home series with all the Yankees fans taking over your ballpark, chanting MVP at Aaron Judge. Hey, Jazz Chisholm's a machine, huh? Jesus Christ. Matt Strahm, pitching scared to Juan Soto and Judge, puts both of them on. What do you think Jazz Chisholm's going to do with a pitch like that? He had 2 homers. He's got 4 so far in this series. It's crazy what happens when you make an impact trade at the deadline. And I got so many thoughts on what Dave Dombrowski did, but I don't know if now's the time for that. Quite frankly, I really don't care about discussing him swapping lefty relievers between Tanner Banks and Soto and then trading Sir Anthony for Estevez and picking up Austin Hayes, which is nice. Once again, nice little move. But Jazz Chisholm is giving them a real injection. It wasn't a bad day for Austin Hayes, and obviously not playing in Camden Yards with left field being different was a huge talking point for Dave when he made the decision to bring him in. And yeah, you saw that on display today, but I promise you, Jazz is going to do more than Austin Hayes does when it's all said and done. Think about the difference here. Jazz Chisholm faced who? Aaron Nola, Matt Strom. Austin Hayes faced who? Some first-time pitcher who, by the way, settled in nicely, started striking out guys left and right, and once again, had Trey Turner fooled, had Bryce Harper just missing. well, I guess that's really a Bryce Harper problem. But right now, there is a serious Bryce Harper problem because he's just not right. He's not effective. He's not the superstar we need him to be. What's been electric about Bryce since putting on a Phillies uniform? When it's crunch time, more times than not, he delivers. Woof. Bases loaded, game on the line. Woof. To be completely honest with you, there was so much that went on late in that game. My brain's a pretzel trying to recalibrate a little bit and to try and soak in that info. But I'm almost taking it like I'm a player on the diamond. You play again tomorrow afternoon early. I guess you got to shake it off. But even if they win tomorrow, what's that change for me? You already dropped the series. Is there a big difference between getting swept and not? Yeah, I guess. Some pride. But you've already shown me, or showed me, you've already shown that you don't have that much pride since Oakland. So is one game going to be the difference in pride? They don't look like a prideful bunch. They look like a defeated bunch. It's just totally unacceptable. You escaped having to face Garrett Cole. When that news broke, as much as from a baseball fan level, I would have loved to seen such a sick pitching matchup. I went to McGurk's earlier this afternoon in Horsham, and WIP had a really cool deadline day there. A bunch of people came out, and Ricky Ricardo, who is the voice for, he actually does the Spanish broadcast for the Eagles, and he does New York Yankees broadcast as well, and I saw him there. We were kind of shooting the breeze a little bit about the game and the series and all that stuff, and you know, when I was talking to him about this club, he's like, dude, our guy Jazz. Look at what he's doing. Yeah. Yup. I know. And he did it again. It's unbelievable. But he brought up Cole Nola. Like, man, is that going to be an insane matchup? And that was what I really wanted to get to there, was the fact that, 4, 5, 6 hours before first pitch, here we are discussing how sick it's going to be to see Cole and Nola. And then you get robbed of that. But I am so desperate that in this particular moment, I was like, all right, look, this team needs every single little luck they possibly can have. I don't want injuries ever. But I'm just saying, if you get a chance to face a first-time major league pitcher compared to Garrett frickin' Cole, I'll take the first-time major league pitcher, especially when you are scrambling every single day to try and get a win. And then I'm watching essentially from the 4th inning on, from the 4th until the 9th, zero offense. The only time you get on base is what? When Kyle Schwarber gets hit by a pitch after the 4th inning? That's a disgrace. It was a JT single and then absolutely nothing going forward from there. It's miserable. This team is actually painful. I dread putting them on because I know the next 2.5 to 4 hour experience is going to make me want to blow my entire brain out of my head. Was there any real belief that they were going to find a way to win that game when you realize where they are with their relievers, and Hoffman has to go a couple innings, and you got Kirkeren in there, and, it's like, why? Why does this have to happen? It would have been nice to get something sweeter at the deadline. I'm just saying. The amount of people I got to watch on Twitter say, how come everyone's upset? There was no market for anything massive, and they kept all their prospects, and they improved their bullpen, and they got a left fielder, and that's what they set out to do. Dude, and this might be the wrong timing for it because Austin Hayes did his job in this game. But look what Jazz is doing to the Yanks. And while I had my concerns on personality and, maybe just the way that he was in Miami or whatever, that's on Dave to figure it out. And it's clear that when he's in a clubhouse with Soto, when he's in a clubhouse with Judge, when he was in a different culture, so far, so good. And he may not have been number one on my list. Maybe it was Brent Rooker. Maybe it was any other outfielder that was a bigger name at the time prior to Tuesday at 6 o'clock. But you see what type of life happens when there's buzz surrounding a move. And then you get that. Austin Hayes doesn't provide that. I believe I was informed that they were saving the powder. Well, they still have the powder. They still have the powder. That's unacceptable to me. For whatever it's worth. As I said previously, it's hard for me to really even dive in to the very blah, underwhelming trade deadline from Dave Dombrowski right now because of the 7-6 loss in 12 innings that I just had to sit through. The Phillies were 5 for 18 with runners in scoring position with 13 runners left on base. That's fun. The top of your lineup was really brutal. The top 5 in the order tonight was 2 for 26, a first inning double for Bohm, and a 9th inning infield single for Turner. Yep. The last time the Phillies won a series was back when they swept the Dodgers. They've lost 5 since, 3 of them being at home. Do you guys want more stats? I can give you more if you want. And think of it this way. When you feel what actually went down in that game, wild pitches, overthrowing it. As I mentioned, Gleyber Torres not turning 2. Sometimes you need others to make mistakes, and great teams make you pay. That is as cliche as it gets. But when guys make errors and, they give you an extra out in an inning and they force pitchers to have to pitch more and then their pitch count rises, that's all something that great teams take advantage of. So I don't want to downplay that. It's reality. At the same time, that was almost the Yankees just pissing it away when the Phillies climbed back more than it was. The Phillies are taking control of this. Should that matter, though? I don't know. All it takes is one game, and you never know what that one game is going to be to snap you out of a funk. You could win a game 2-1 in a weird way and then go rally all 5 straight, and you never know at the time of that awkward 2-1 win that you don't really deserve to win. You never understood how important that would be to the next few games and the next few weeks. Dropping this game, though, and watching your stars fail, I think that's what hurts the most, because we all have iconic regular season moments that we date back to in any year. And over the last 3 years with the playoff runs, there are a few that we reflect back on. We'll never forget when Bryce Harper hit the grand slam and Kruk in the background on the call just lost his mind and was all of us across the Delaware Valley. This could have been one of those, and we all felt it the moment Bryce was walking up to the plate. And for as great of an impact it would have been if he executed and hit a monster shot, it almost has the negative effect when he fails and then the team soaks in it. It's crushing. It's deflating. So it's a gamble. You want him up there because if he does it, holy hell, we are flying high. And we're going bananas at CBP. If not, though, slumped shoulders, walking slow, and that whole thing. I forgot that Aaron Nola pitched in this game. I didn't, but I did. Barely any 1, 2, 3 innings. Seemed like it was high-pressured pitches all the time. The foul pole helped a little bit. Nick Castellanos with a nice snag right in foul territory there towards right field. That was lovely. Yeah. Marsh with a 3-1 count when the pitcher's erratic as hell. Swings at potentially ball 4. Bat breaks. Nothing happens. Some are even saying, and I'll be transparent, I don't know if I got enough of the broadcast view to see it. I mean, I saw the traditional broadcast view, and I don't know if it's fair to judge the effort level based off of a 0.2 second camera view before it flips over to second base there, but some are saying the play that went to first base and Gleyber Torres got the ball and threw it to first with the pitcher running over, that Bryce didn't hustle his ass out of the box to get to first base. I mean, it did look like he was completing his swing as his follow-through was happening. I don't know. I mean, look, it wouldn't be the first time that we criticized maybe Bryce Harper not busting it out of the box. And maybe he thought it was just another routine ground ball, and then he didn't recognize until the ball went up in the air that, damn it, I got to start moving my feet. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough camera evidence to fully 1,000% put the blame on him. I'm not sure. But I wouldn't rule it out. But that happened. Stott swinging first pitch because, well, the organization wants him to be aggressive. And that probably costed them. Because he was aggressive, all right. But that's not what's best for Bryson Stott. As you can tell, this season, he's been arguably the worst Bryson Stott we've seen. Let's stop toying with his greatness and what he does so well. Because if you start asking him to do things that's not Bryson Stott, this is what we're getting. How about Topper with Bohm being on second base in the 12th and not pinch running Sosa? Does that make a difference with the tag, with the fly out the center field? Who knows? Maybe that changes the way that some of the pitches go down. Because when someone's on third compared to second, it throws you off a little bit. You try and do too much. We've already seen the Yankees throw a few to the backstop with some wild pitches. So who knows? But I thought Topper fell asleep at the wheel at that 12th. Maybe he just wanted to get the game over. I'm not necessarily sure. Here's Rob Thompson. We got Topper. Topper's at the podium. Felt we were fine with Strahm. Well, he pitched insanely scared. Matt Strahm pitched scared. That is 1,000% the truth. Should he be scared of Soto and Judge? No. I will date back to what I said about the Cleveland series. Oh, but Cleveland has a good bullpen. How are you supposed to win a World Series if you can't hit a good bullpen? How are you supposed to win a World Series if you can't pitch to the other team's best hitters? And yeah, they are scary good hitters. But if you're afraid to attack and you're afraid of your stuff against them, then can we rely on Matt Strahm? I hope so. He's our best lefty. Even though Banks is a damn good lefty too. Do I really want to tell you his numbers? No. I don't care. I don't. But he's faced 83 lefties this year, struck out 28, 34% K rate. They're hitting 184 with only one home run against him. So that means there's probably going to be a home run hit off of him very, 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 very soon when he gets here. The thoughts are that guys have to throw strikes when coming out of the pen. Usually 3-run leads. You take a look at the walks. Got to trust their stuff to go get guys. They did have another lead. And before you know it, poof. Poof. I thought that Volpe shot to Brandon Marsh in right field late was going out. I almost did that. Well, game over. But Marsh with a nice play in right and then, I guess, ran full speed to the dugout, all fired up. Whatever. Hey, Jose Alvarado, good job, dude. Coming in, couple base runners on. Got out of it. Good job. Congrats. Let's go to the phones.
Yo, what's up, bros? I just saw Jazz Chisholm hit another 3-run home run because I forgot Jazz Chisholm was Barry Bonds. I totally forgot. Every time he's coming up to the plate in this series, he's basically hit a home run against us. Absolutely absurd. He's a below average player, and yet we're making him look like he's a superstar. But anyways, what the fuck is wrong with this team? What the fuck is wrong with this team right now? You have a guy in AAA who posted a 6.1 ERA, pitched against us today, and through 5 3/3 of through the game, he pitched 5 3/3. And 5 1/3, excuse me, I'm sorry. My head's all over the place after watching the Phillies give up once again another multi-run lead. We only could collect 4 hits off of him. 4! A guy with a 6.1 ERA in AAA, through 5 1/3 innings pitched, we only got 4 hits. This is a lineup that is Harper, Alec Boehm, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, Trey Turner. Nobody's hurt. Embarrassing. This team is a fucking embarrassment right now. Embarrassment.
Can't agree more with you, man. The one thing I'll say about Jazz, though, is the game changes significantly when Juan Soto and Aaron Judge is hitting in front of you and you walk those guys, and then you have to attack Jazz because, well, you can't walk him and then have bases loaded and then, just keep passing through their lineup that way. So when you're playing for Miami and you're supposed to be the face, no, he's not just going to carry the Miami, no one's been able to. JT, Yelich, Stanton, no one's been able to carry the Marlins ever. They just turn over these prospects and then they trade them to other teams and then they stink. That's just what they do. So if Jazz has the ability to bat after those guys are getting on base because you see Matt Strahm is afraid of attacking those two-headed monsters there, the two-headed monster, well, then the game becomes a lot easier for the Jazz Chisholms of the world. So that also needs to be in effect and in the mindset of Dave Dombrowski when he goes in and looks at some of the weapons that he could bring in, even if it was a Jazz Chisholm. You say below average and all, and like I say, yeah, his name pops more than his numbers have in Miami, and I'll stand by a lot of the stuff I said, but there is also another side of it that is if Bryce, Trey, and JT and some of these guys, although JT had a couple of hits strung together in this one, if teams are watching them thrive and Jazz Chisholm slides in and has different people around him, then, yeah, things can look a lot better for him. And the game opens up for him. The 5 1/3 thing, though. The 5 3/3, I'm sitting here going, am I missing something? Is that a new analytic that I'm unfamiliar with? Who knows? Nowadays, you look and say, yeah, their FBAP and their TZ and their FLIV is 6.484. Did he strike out or get a hit? Oh, he struck out? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Because he's probably a Philly. You know what I hate about the Bohm stuff? Bohm's an emotional guy. And you would think that that's something I love. I love the emotion. And I do. I do. But when it gets bad, close up of him walking from the batter's box to the dugout, making facial expressions and somewhat throwing his bat up in the air, catching it himself. Not an obnoxious throw by any means, but clearly in displeasure. And I'm going to try my best to make myself happy here, which is just strange because I haven't had a juju fruit since 1943 when I went to the movies. When I would go to the movies and the movies were a thing. For some reason, I was a juju fruit guy. Today, I went to Walgreens to get something for my wife, and I passed the candy aisle, and I was like, are those juju fruits? I'm going for it. I'm trying to make myself happy. You're going to hear my chewing. Is this a mukbang? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's go to the phones again.
Hey, bros, you know what really ticks me off? Harper's in the bottom of the ninth, not legging that one out. And Turner not running hard either in the 11th. I mean, these guys are scratching and clawing to get back into the game and to get some momentum going for the future. And your two highest priced dudes are lollygagging it down to first base. It's ridiculous. It's uncalled for. Thompson needs to say something. Somebody needs to say something because they all need a kick in their backside to get moving. Hopefully they pull this one out as we go into the 12th. Take care, buddy.
We didn't pull it out. By the way, it looks like Rob Thompson admitted that Alec Boehm should have tagged in the 12th. Don't you feel that's a Rob Thompson problem? Maybe he should have said, I got to put more speed on second base. That's on me. I should have put Edmundo Sosa in the game. That's a move that I could have seen coming. Because when we put someone on second base, I got to project, all right, if this happens, if there's a fly out, who will give me the best chance? You did it with Rojas, and that's why Rojas was actually able to get home, make a nice slide to tie the game to even keep this puppy alive. So shame on you, Topper. So it looks like he's not blaming, but he's putting a lot of emphasis on the pitchers not throwing strikes, which is absolutely a thing to note when you are blowing leads. I need more urgency from the manager all the way around. Not just on throwing strikes, on every little tiny detail. You have to hold yourself accountable. And maybe he referenced it somewhere throughout the post-game presser. I'm just reading a couple comments via tweets. So maybe he did mention Sosa. Maybe he said, hey, maybe I should have put in Sosa. I'm not sure. I didn't listen to the full thing. It's a quick turnaround. It's late. And if he does, I'll react on tomorrow's show at some point. But it seems as if there's no accountability right now. Pitchers are walking a lot more people, and the bats have gone silent. It'll change. It'll change. Thought the energy level a lot better. Maybe guys can breathe a little bit if they had the trade deadline on their mind. It shouldn't be on their mind. I told them many times you have to play the game and control what you can control. Well, who was getting traded? Who was getting traded? I mean, the Soto thing is bizarre. That's not like a typical move. I don't think these everyday guys that are struggling to hit should be worried about the damn trade deadline. Stott, Bohm, Bryce, Trey, JT. Strom's not going anywhere. Was Alvarado going to get traded? No. So who's focused on the deadline? And that's why they're going into this funk. That's a problem, by the way. If that's defeating you that much, isn't that strange? I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. All right. Let's take another one here.
Bro, it's Dylan calling in, man. I am pissed off, dude. This is shit product they're putting on this field. I don't understand. I do not understand. I mean, we leave the bases loaded twice in extra innings. It's sad for everybody saying about the deadline. We got Austin Hayes, and all right, he's doing good now. We got relief pitching. Okay, well, guess what? The game was still in the hands of Johan Rojas and Weston frickin' Wilson. Yeah, because that's who I want up when the team needs a nice hit. Johan Rojas and Weston Wilson? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This is the type of shit that literally last night, we're watching Garrett Stubbs pitch. And now tonight, we got to watch Johan Rojas and Weston Wilson try to win us a game. Give me a break.
You know what, dude? It's a good take. I wish I thought of that. It's a good take. It's a good take. You never know when the ninth guy's coming up. And you might say, well, Broads, there's not many teams that have good ninth guy. Yeah, Rojas is so bad, you have to pinch hit him for Weston Wilson. Both guys are non-major leaguers. Give me a bare minimum major leaguer over these guys that don't deserve to be hitting in the major leagues at all. It's an excellent point. It's an excellent point. And no, Rojas isn't just catching strays because everybody else has been stinking. He's also a part of this problem. He is. I can't let that off the hook. No. It's a good take. I appreciate all your phone calls. This might be the most amount of phone calls I've ever received. That's how heavy the Anytime Hotline is right now as I'm scrolling here. We have a game tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. If I didn't use your calls, don't be afraid tomorrow to let it rip. There's an off day, I think, on Thursday, right before they fly out to Seattle. So maybe we continue to talk Phils and we'll react in some way, shape, or form. I just want to make you guys know that I appreciate all your phone calls, even if I don't get to them all. But sometimes I just got too much on my mind. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Love you to death. Talk to you tomorrow.